Good Sunday morning. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with today's edition of the Hokey video blog. Well, remember yesterday when I said we need to watch this Sunday into Monday system because any shift northward would cause some problems? That's what happened overnight on the model data, and now we're looking at a sizable winter storm that starts late tonight and goes through pretty much the entire day on your Monday. This is going to be one that we haven't seen in quite some time around here. Outside this morning, you never know that a winter storm is coming by how beautiful it looks. Keyword is looks. From our SkyTrack camera in Shepherdsville, pretty nice looking sunrise there. Got a few high thin clouds across the area, but temperatures, they are ugly. Single digits. 7 degrees in Austin, 3, that's it. In Salem at the moment, we have kind of a light wind out there too. That's pushing those wind chills down into the below zero territory. 6 below zero. That's the current wind chill in Metro Louisville. 3 below. If you're down in Litchfield, 4 below in Paoli. It's not quite as bad just to the east of the city where the winds have kind of slackened up quite a bit. So it's just going to be cold out there today no matter how you slice it. A couple little snow showers in western Kentucky. They're not going to cause a big deal or anything for us. We've just got a few of these clouds moving in to our west basically across the area. And now we're tracking our next system, and that's going to be coming in from the northwest. In fact, this wave that we're seeing is moving in pretty much this way right now. That's the shape of the wave, and it's moving down to the south and the east. You can see a little bit of snow activity beginning to break out over portions of Wyoming. Say hello to Zach there. He's our awesome director and master control operator here at Wave 3 News. He's been busy this morning putting those alerts on the bottom of your screen. But as we go throughout the day, of course, we're going to be watching this wave moving down from the northwest there. And as it does so, an area of low pressure is going to develop over Texas, and that's going to swing eastward and eventually move out to sea. While it does so, it brings us heavy snow. Let me show you some of the alerts, though, as we go throughout the next several hours and really the next couple of days. We'll show you the current watch boxes and the warnings that we have now, and you'll see in the pink there that we've got the winter storm warning, and this is basically for Louisville Metro and most of our 29 counties that National Weather Service Louisville controls. So they've issued a warning for everybody, and this starts tonight at 7 p.m. and ends basically Monday night to early Tuesday morning, that time frame. There's a winter weather advisory for Lawrence, Jackson, and Jennings counties. It goes until that same time, basically. So, I mean, even though the snowfall totals might not be quite as hefty as they are around the river and southward, it's still going to be a significant snowfall for all of our area. Carrollton, Carroll County, you guys are under a winter storm watch. It may be upgraded to a warning. You're under the control of the National Weather Service office in Wilmington, Ohio. Let's step you through Futurecast real quick. It's been doing some interesting things this morning. By 9:30 tonight, we're free and clear from the snow, but the clouds, yeah, they move in. Temperatures in the teens and the 20s. Look what happens as the snow moves in, though. We're down into the teens. Yeah, folks, I think snowfall ratios could be more than 20 to 1. So 20 to 1 being the liquid to snow ratio, so it doesn't take a whole lot of liquid to make a whole lot of big fluffy snow. This isn't going to be a wet snow. This is going to be a dry powdery snow that we see fall across the region. So this is the warning shot, 2 o'clock when that moves in. By 7:30, the morning commute could have some problems because snow bands will be setting up just south of the city, at least on Futurecast. Now the NAM model and previous versions of Futurecast put it basically for all of us on your Monday morning. I'm going to hedge the bet here and think that just about all of us will be involved there as well. So the Monday morning commute could be hazardous to treacherous, and especially during the afternoon. Once the snow really cranks up, then we get some big problems in here. Temperatures still only in the 20s to the south, teens to the north. Whew. The salt and the brine is not going to work very well in the morning and probably at night, because once you get down to 15 degrees, it becomes questionable because it can only lower the freezing point of water down that far, and then it doesn't really work anymore. So good old-fashioned snow plows might have to be used on this snow as we go throughout your Monday. By Tuesday morning at 1 a.m., as the winter storm warning is expiring, the snow's moving out of the area, and we're just left with these cold temperatures in the teens across the area. Let's show you our snowfall totals, our forecast here, as we go throughout the next 24 to 36 hours. 4 to 6 inches north of Metro Louisville, 6 to 8 here in the city, basically along I-64 and down to the western Kentucky and the Bluegrass Parkways. If you live south of those areas, basically south of E-Town, Bardstown, you could get more than 8 inches. We're seeing a lot of model data that is suggesting maybe a foot plus in some areas. We'll show you that model data here right now with the NAM model. This is the 6E NAM. This is probably the one, if you're on Twitter and you're a weather geek like I am, you probably saw lots of people posting about this. It brings like 15, 16 inches of snow south of Metro Louisville. Isn't that crazy? This is an outlier solution. We're not going to trust this. The NAM has busted before this season, especially with some of the Boston snow, so I'm going to be more conservative than what it's showing. The RPM, it's showing actually pretty close to what we have in the forecast. About 8 inches here in the city, 9 to 10 just south of us. I'm inclined to think this might be a pretty good solution for us here on the RPM. Had some heftier totals earlier this morning, but I think it's coming to its senses a little bit. The GFS model kind of doing the same at this point in terms of snow totals. You see 7 to 8 inches here in the city, maybe 9 plus to our south. That's not too shabby. I think that's going to be pretty close to what we see as well. The Euro, also one of those people been posting on Twitter and Facebook like crazy because of these snow totals that you see here from the overnight run. I don't think we'll see anything that high, but we're watching it. When you've got two models that are doing this, especially a short-range mesoscale model like the NAM, it raises eyebrows, even though we've had some consistency issues. So we'll watch it. We may need to raise totals as we go throughout today if that trend holds. Regardless, snow ramps up tomorrow morning. The roads will deteriorate. Dangerous travel will become likely through the day on your Monday. Heavy snow falls the morning, the afternoon. By evening, it begins to taper off. It won't be quite as heavy, but we could still have some convective snow bands left over. So wouldn't shock me to see some areas of just briefly heavy snow moving through the area. Those could all add up to our totals, folks. It's going to be frigid and cold, maybe some refreeze issues as we go throughout your Tuesday. We'll watch that because, these temperatures aren't going to recover above freezing at any point over the next 72 hours. So we're going to be really sucked in with this snow. It's not going to really go anywhere unless you plow it or maybe put down some salt when those temperatures are more hospitable for the salt when we get back into the 20s. Temperatures as we go throughout Thursday morning. This is our next big shot of cold air. We're going to have a snow pack on the ground. That's a given at this point, as long as this winter storm pans out the way that we're thinking. I think we could, on Thursday morning, with this cold shot of air, go below zero here in the city. The wind chills, of course, below zero as well with that. So something to think about if you've got any plans out there early Thursday. This is not going to be the best of weeks weather-wise for us here in Kentuckiana. Winter storm followed by excessive colds. Just not a good recipe. We've got another storm we're watching as we go throughout Friday into Saturday. We're getting mixed signals on this one. May start as snow, may go to a little bit of rain, maybe back to snow. We'll see how that pans out. At this point, we've got bigger fish to fry than this thing coming late next week. Or this week, I should say. For this week, though, as we go throughout tonight, that's when the snow starts after midnight. Could have some travel issues. Of course, we'll be here with you all day long today, and especially tonight, Wave 3 News at 6 and then Wave 3 News at 11:30. We start late due to the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary special out there. We'll have updated forecasts throughout that time frame as well. Heavy snow on Monday. We've got a few flurry chances on Tuesday and Wednesday as the cold air filters in. Thursday looks to be the coldest morning. Wednesday looks to be the coldest afternoon. Then we get that chance in here on Friday and Saturday. Stay with us on social media. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Your grab-and-go weather available. It's that little video you see on the right-hand side of your screen on the blog, wave3.com/weather, and also on the Wave 3 weather app. That's where we update that as well. We're going to try to keep you guys informed the best we can. If there's one takeaway from this, it is better to be prepared today than to wish you had been prepared tomorrow, when there could be some very big travel issues, especially down toward E-Town and south of there. So I really do implore you to make sure that you've got your affairs in order for your Monday today, to make sure that you're ready for this big winter storm that's coming through the region.